Hey there, everybody. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another edition of Monday Night Must See TV with the Hudson Valley Squares. After a week break, we've got in the house tonight Lynn Versace, Butch Jones, Sydney Taylor, Chris Allo, and Ryan Scow. And I make number 6. So today's topic is all about our favorite bands who have 2 or more full-time singers. Okay, so those bands that got 2 guys, or maybe 2 girls, or a guy and a girl, and maybe a third, or maybe a fourth, where they all take turns singing lead vocals. I've asked everybody to come up with 3 picks. And if you want to name your favorite album, you can certainly do that as well. And I'm sure everybody has some honorable mentions. So we're going to go, let's see. We're going to start off with Ryan Scow today, because you always seem to go last. Because Ryan is always the first person to join the Zoom, and that person is always in the top corner. So we're going to work. And I want Mr. Scow and Mr. Allo and Mr. Butch as well to show off these fantastic
Mr.
shirts wearing. So Ryan, you're going to go first, but what are you wearing there today?
More will than skill. Which was a quote I heard once about one of my favorite bands, and that is Venom, because Venom couldn't really play for fuck, but everyone loves them anyways. I know Chris loves them. Great band, but they didn't really know what they were doing early on. It's debatable if they ever really know what they were doing, but I love them. So, and the shirt's cool. Thanks for the shirt, Pete.
Yeah, very cool.
Very colorful. More colorful than I usually wear. You know, patches not counting that, but all right, this was a tough one, actually. When you said this topic, one band immediately popped to mind, and they were the first pick, and they're definitely my number 1 pick. And then after that, it was like a fucking brick wall. I couldn't think of anything. And then actually earlier today, I'm like, oh, okay. So some stuff did come to mind, but my first pick, there's probably no surprise.
I assumed.
What the hell is it?
VOC, but did Ryan freeze?
Ryan, right in the middle of his pick, we lose him.
He froze with a great album cover, though. Everyone's got vertigo now.
Hold on.
Yeah, that kind of screwed me up.
That's one of the greatest.
What a great way to start off the show. All right. All right, Ryan, we'll get back to you. Lynn.
What? Me? All right. So I only picked 3. And I guess I'll do 3, 2, 1. So Fleetwood Mac is my 3rd favorite with Stevie Nicks, because every fucking girl wanted to be her. Hell, I still kind of want to be her. I'm not going to lie. I don't care how old she is. I still want to be Stevie Nicks. So yeah, Fleetwood Mac for sure. You know, I mean, actually, it's funny stories. Daryl's house, you know, that bar that's right in Pauling, you know, Daryl Hall and Oates. Rumors is a Fleetwood Mac cover band that plays there all the time, and they're fucking amazing. Close your eyes and you actually feel like you're seeing Fleetwood Mac. So they're my number 3.
Well, I'm glad Rich isn't here tonight, because Rich's head would be exploding already.
Who would be? What?
Rich's head would be exploding from you already.
Why? Oh yeah,
person.
You know, in my defense, I was away. I haven't seen you guys in a long effing time, so I'm making up for lost time.
Don't hold back. Don't hold back.
Get it out of this
yeah,
system.
you know how it is. My number 2 is the Eagles, right? Glenn Frey, Don Henley, great vocals. But again, I'd be remiss to say, you know, you got Joe Walsh, Randy, Don Felder. So, you know, they all contributed too. But the Eagles, like, I still actually want to see them. And not that it's the real Eagles, it's the fake Eagles, like everyone says, but I still want to see them.
It's the Feagles.
It's the what?
The Feagles.
The Feagles.
The fake Eagles.
Listen, I'll go see the Feagles, the Eagles. I don't care. I'll go.
For
They're playing
$500
my
a
favorite
ticket.
hits.
Yeah, at least, right?
Yeah, I was going to say they're doing the Garden, right? Again?
They are doing the Garden. Yeah, and I really want to get tickets. So
500. Those must be the cheap seats now.
Exactly.
Are they $500?
I'm just guessing. It's got to be.
Wow.
I mean, I think when they played Bethel, although, you know, what was it, 6 years ago or something like that, I paid like $85 for lawn seats.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's like
totally.
the most ever. I've never even, I mean, usually the half that for lawn seats for
Well, listen, if anybody wants to buy me Eagle tickets and send them along, I won't say no.
Nice.
But my number 1, can you see it?
Yes, indeed.
Can you see it?
The Beatles.
Yeah.
Number 1, the Beatles. I know they're primarily.
What a
right?
British accent.
It's not boobs, Chris Allo. It's the Beatles.
I was just saying, I can see it all right.
You can't miss it. You have to be blind. But yeah, you know, the Beatles are my favorite band like ever, aside from Queen's, right? So there you have it by Lennon McCartney, but Ringo's badass. George, you know, they all kind of did their own kind of thing, but then they played well together. And you know, they're still on my play button every single minute especially when I just got back from the Adirondacks, right? I was car tripping and having my concert in the car, and they were definitely on my playlist. So.
You were car tripping?
Car tripping. Yeah, like road tripping, but I was having like a concert in the car.
Oh.
Yeah, I wasn't quite sure either, but I wasn't gonna.
There's a comment. There's a comment right there.
You're like,
tripping.
don't fuck with the crazy Sicilian. Just keep my mouth shut.
He's like, no wonder Butch will say something. Don't worry.
Yeah, of course. But you know, yeah, Butch bothered me away, but I sent him pictures from the hockey store. So just like I sent Allo his I'm not gay, but $20 is $20 shirt.
Hey.
That's cool.
And that's my picks. So
Really
Ryan, I'm going to hand it back to you with your
Yeah,
crazy
Ryan, are you
circle
ready,
album.
ready to continue? Thank you, Lynn. We're going to have some interesting comments.
Yeah, those were all good picks. I guess I'm brain dead. I didn't think of any of those. Those were all really good picks.
Beatles is like the most obvious one. I didn't think of that at all.
Me neither.
That's
Yeah,
like
but I'm a
obvious
Beatles
one.
person. You'd have to be a crazy Beatles fan like myself.
But like it's well known that all those guys.
Appreciate the Beatles.
You've got to appreciate the Beatles.
Yes, indeed.
I like the Ruddles better.
The Rubbles, like Barney Rubble?
No, Ruddle.
Oh.
DD. Pete got it. Thanks, Pete. Didn't leave me hanging. Someone got it.
I thought you meant like the Barney Rubbles. And then I was thinking maybe he's talking about the Way Outs. Remember the Way Outs?
Well, of course, the way out.
Way Outs.
So Lynn, your homework, Lynn, when we're done, is to look up the Ruddles, and then you'll laugh like Pete.
Okay, but I think I like the Way Outs and the Rubbles better, but okay.
You'll like the Ruddles, though. Ruddles is good.
All right, back to Blue Oyster Cult.
I was ready. My fucking tablet was not. So
Goddamn tablet.
Damn tablet.
So
there it is.
All these guys traded off singing over the years, and that was like the first band that came to mind. And then I was trying to think of like stuff that wasn't obvious, and then, you know, in like black and death metal, it's never the case that you get like multiple vocalists. It's really rare, but there are a couple. So first one, actually, they only did it early on. You know what? I only like the early stuff, so fuck it. Why not? It's Creator. Mostly Mill was the vocalist, but the drummer Venter, he sang on, I'm going to say like 30-40% of the tracks, and this is their second album, Pleasure to Kill. Yeah, and they these guys trade off, so they switch songs. You know, they stopped doing that I think after like the fourth or the fifth album, but I don't care about anything after that anyways. Okay. But yeah, this album's great, and multiple vocals, which is rare for thrash metal.
That's a good choice. I totally forgot that Venter.
Yeah, I'm like, holy shit, Riot of Violence. I'm like, yeah, I totally forgot.
Yeah. He wasn't as good as Mill. Like, and I think it's probably better that he kind of stopped over the year. He wasn't bad, but yeah, I think they definitely made the right choice going forward as to like the main vocalist. But
yeah,
so he hasn't sang a song on an album of theirs in years.
I don't think. Yeah,
but yeah, in the early '80s stuff he did. And here's another band where it's mostly one guy, but the other guy kind of gets in on the act a little bit too. It's a duo, and that's Darkthrone. And usually it's Ted Nocturnal Culto. He does most of the vocals, but you know, Glive or Fenriz, he kind of gets in there every now and then. I'd have to look up like which album was, you know, one guy sings more than the other. I don't fucking know. But I do know that they trade back and forth. And this is their third album, Under a Funeral Moon, because it just happened to be laying around. So I grabbed that. So that's my choices. One with Darkthrone.
What the hell is a? I want to know what a funeral moon looks like.
Oh. It's you know what? There is
very black.
Is it exactly like, is it on there?
That's how black it is. It's not even on the goddamn cover.
Yeah, there's inadequate lighting on it, which is probably what it is. Yeah. These guys all hanging out there deep in the woods or deep in the fucking cemetery.
Wait a minute. What the hell's what's the first person's name?
His name's Ted, but his black metal name is Nocturnal Culto. We'll just call him Ted.
Oh,
I thought I
That's
saw
kind
something
of
with a
like
Z.
my necrotic
Wait a minute.
gallbladder.
Wait a minute. Go back to that. I thought I was started with a Z, didn't it?
Oh, that's the
Henry's?
third member. He's no longer in the band, but yeah, he did play on this album. Zephyrus. There you go. Yeah,
I think we need to make names for
for
each other.
Yeah, I think we're all going to get assigned black metal names for next week's show.
Yeah, I like my necrotic gallbladder. Just call me by
That's
that.
not a bad idea.
There you go.
Got to give it some thought.
Yeah, we're going to work on that. We're going to work on that.
Those are my choices. That's what I got.
All right,
Nick actually asked me choices, and I totally forgot, so I had to look it up right now. Fuck Nick want? Oh yeah, Halloween. This new Halloween album has all the vocalists back on it, and it's a great album. So I didn't even consider that one until he mentioned it. Like, yeah, Halloween was never a band that had multiple vocalists on one album, but I know what they do. They got them all back. Yep. And yeah, because it's only really that new album, right? I don't think those guys, they never did that previously, as far as I know. Yep. I don't know a lot of their like 90s and 2000s albums.
Just
on
this album.
It would not be Nick without the classic, Norwegian band. So he asked me to pick Forknagar. Forknagar. I checked it out.
For a second, I thought he said Fart Knocker. That's not a real band. You're just making stuff up.
Says you.
I played myself. Yeah.
Nice.
You played with yourself? What?
No. I played myself. I fucked it up.
Oh, got me a little worried there. I was like, that was quick.
Not on camera. That was that's Dave Ellis.
Nice.
Yeah, right.
That's all I got for Nick. Just those two.
All right.
Yeah, that's good. Again, those are. I didn't think of them.
No, I didn't
think
think
good
of
ones.
Yeah. All right, Butch, you're up next, and so we're gonna have 4 male models here today. So, Butch, why don't you show off that wonderful shirt and let people know where they can get that?
My wonderful Butcher Shop shirt, finally. And
Nice.
And there's a.
You need boobs to show that shirt off.
We'll order one and show it next week.
All right.
They come in a potpourri of Fruity Pebbles colors. Almost any color you can think of. I made the shirts in, so it's
Potpourri.
Potpourri, go crazy. So Pete, I'm gonna leave off 2 that I expect you to probably say, or at least are in your 85 that you have at least.
That's all right. I got 50. Go with whatever you got. I got 15 of them. So I'm gonna steal one that would probably make your thing, but this one you probably expect from me. So my 3, it's hard because there's a lot, and I always feel bad when I don't mention a band that I love. When you have to narrow it down to 3.
Oh, I know who you're picking.
So my 3 in no order whatsoever. And I already feel bad leaving bands out just going here. But I'll start with King's X.
I knew that.
Because the great Doug Pennick sings most of the stuff, but on pretty much every record is a song that Ty Tabor sings on, and Jerry Gaskill as well. So you got the 3 guys, a trio band, all 3 of them singing, which is awesome. So King's X is 1. Deep Purple Mark 3, I guess.
3, yep.
Wow.
And 4.
Yep, 3 and 4.
3 and 4. So no surprise for me, Glenn Hughes and David Coverdale. Burn is still easily, without exaggeration, without thought. Burn is my favorite Deep Purple record, period.
Oh, yeah.
And those guys are just phenomenal on that record and the 2 that follow. So the one that I think probably none of you would think of, because my favorite singer of all time is the lead guy that sings on it, but there are 2 other people that sing in that band, and in the second configuration, another guitar player sings. So Humble Pie with the great Steve Marriott, but also Peter Frampton sang in Humble Pie.
Greg Ridley.
And Greg Ridley, the bass player, also sang it. And when Frampton left, the great Clem Clemson, that no one seems to remember besides Pete and me, he sang as well because he took Frampton's spot, so he had to sing. So those are 3 great bands that had multiple singers, and yeah, I've got a bunch more that we'll revisit later. So,
Butch, it's funny, and it's a little bit of trivia that probably nobody cares about but me. But everybody here knows I love the movie Almost Famous. In that movie, Peter Frampton plays Humble Pie's road manager. That's the funny thing.
Yeah, I think that is fabulous. And I think, you probably wouldn't recognize him, but if you know his voice is so distinguishable. So it's easy to hear his voice and make you turn like, wait a minute, was that Peter Frampton?
Yeah, he did a lot of the writing of like the they're not fake songs or real songs, but the you know the original songs for that band. So they gave him a little cameo. But yeah, he's Humble Pie's road manager.
And did you know, going along with that, that the band Stillwater in the movie, that actually was a band? There's a real band called Stillwater.
Yes.
Also from the 70s, that I don't think this had anything to do with that band.
No.
And they're actually very good, actually.
Yeah.
Really cool Southern rock band. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool.
So that's my 3. I look forward to giving some other ones so I don't feel so bad.
Cool. All right.
Nice.
Mr. I got the olds.
Yeah, I got this. Pete came up with this awesome shirt. I don't know where you buy it, Pete, but tell him where to buy it.
Down in the at the Sea of Tranquility merch page.
Nice. Awesome.
This one and Ryan's and all sorts of other stuff. So the link.
And I forgot to say, go to, you asked me and I just went over. I'm sorry, Chris. Go to the Butcher Shop page on Facebook, either the regular page or the group page. And actually, if you're friends with me as well, I got links there too. So all 3 of them have links to my store with all the Butcher Shop stuff. And a new shirt was released today that if you go to the page, you'll find out, but I'll keep that until the next time you see me, and I'll wear that shirt then. So I'll keep that secret unless you go to the page and find it.
Cool.
Sorry, Chris.
No worries. All right, so the 3 I'm going with, and I guess I had more than I thought, and you guys all had awesome picks because I didn't think of any of them other than Deep Purple. Well, my first pick, one of my favorite bands, Epica, with Simone Simons does the awesome female vocals, which she says is mezzo soprano, which I never know what that means, but whenever I hear that, I always think, I could go for a bowl of mezzo soprano right about now. But I don't know what it means.
Who couldn't?
Totally, right?
Jesus Christ. I want to.
But yeah, she does the awesome female vocals, and Mark Jensen does the guttural growls in Epica. I was thinking of Extreme.
Can we get that on a shirt, though?
I was just going to say, can I go for a bowl of
I was so sorry to interrupt you, but I saw Pete just dying. I was like, can I get a bowl of mezzo soprano?
Write that one down, Pete. There you go.
Yeah.
I'm going to need like a picture like a fucking
All right,
Italian.
continue.
Michael, that better be in the takeaways from tonight's episode.
That's funny.
That was a really good one. That was so funny.
But it's true. Every time I think of it, I think,
Oh, hell yeah.
some kind of Italian pasta.
Don't
That's a
blame
great
me.
pick, though. I totally didn't think of them. That's a great pick, though. Her and Mark, man.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Totally. For the extreme metal stuff, I thought of Carcass with Jeff Walker and Bill Steer. They both did vocals on their last record, Surgical Steel. And then the other band that is just, kind of one of those bands that, like, for the longest time, I didn't think of them as having 2 singers. And then one day I was listening to Bloody Kisses, and I'm like, oh, holy shit, yeah. I'm like, Kenny Hickey does a lot of vocals in Typo Negative. So Pete Steele and Kenny Hickey from Typo Negative. And those are my 3, and I got a bunch of other ones I'll save for the end.
I don't think any of those.
Cool.
There's a lot, man. There's a lot of
Yeah, there's more than I thought overall.
Yeah. All right, Sydney, what do you got?
All right, cool. So I'm so shocked that none of my picks have been mentioned yet. So I'm sorry if I'm about to ruin that for you, Pete. But
All right,
we left the biggest glaring one for you. I expect this one to be in this.
oh, I don't know. I feel like I'm going to disappoint you.
Oh, we'll see.
I look at my choices and I'm like, none of them seem very obvious to me. So, anyways, my number 3, the first band that I kind of thought of, or one of the first bands I thought of, was Styx. And
love
That's the one I didn't
Styx.
think of.
my number 1, but that's okay.
I was leaving that for Pete.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
It's all right. That's why I have a million of them, so it's all right.
Yeah, I had a list too, and all the other ones got picked, but the main ones I had. So I'm sorry.
Okay.
So Styx. I mean, obviously Dennis DeYoung and Tommy Shaw. I prefer.
Hey, you forgot somebody.
JY.
Oh man, Sydney.
Right. I'm sorry, but I mostly think of Tommy Shaw and Dennis DeYoung. But I prefer Tommy Shaw's tunes the most. I love Tommy Shaw. He's one of my favorite kind of like vocalist guitar players that kind of came from the 70s and then did the 80s thing, obviously, and Damn Yankees and everything. But I love Styx, and this is probably one of my favorite records. I don't know if it's my all-time favorite. Shush.
Love Tommy Shaw. Love.
My next one, which was one that I didn't think of at first, then upon further investigation, I guess, I was like, yes, this is totally true. And all of them are vocalists. Kiss.
That's the one I was talking about.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, I knew somebody was going to pick that.
Yeah, so I mean, all of them.
That to me was the most obvious out of all the bands, period.
It was, but that's too obvious.
Yeah, I don't know. I first was like, oh, I don't know. I was kind of going through, and like Chris was saying earlier, I kind of was having a hard time thinking of them right off the top of my head. Like the first one I thought of was Fleetwood Mac, and then after that I was like, damn, like I don't even know. So I did a little bit of Googling and listened to stuff and kind of started my brain a little bit. But then I was like, yes, every single member of Kiss has sang a song, and in the band too, not just the solo records that they did. So Kiss, obviously, obvious choice. And my number one pick, I have to go with one of my favorite bands from the 70s, The Cars.
Love.
Another one I didn't think of.
Which I was very happy. Sometimes I share my picks with my dad before I do these shows. Like I was thinking about this
favorite record.
week, and I schooled my dad because I was like, this is Cars is a two vocalist. And he said, I mean, Benjamin Orr didn't really sing on any of the hits. And I was like, he sang on Just What I Needed, on Moving in Stereo, on like half the record. And this is, I mean, a majority of the hits come from this. Drive, which is their biggest, probably mainstream song. So I was pretty stoked to school my dad on that. But one of my favorite debut records ever, when I think of 70s kind of new wave, pop, soft rock, it's just, Cars is probably my favorite band of that kind of subgenre. So this is my number one. I love the Cars, and this is my favorite.
What's great about that
definitely
album,
my favorite album.
What's great about that album is when you actually go and look at it, like you still got it right there?
Yeah.
Just when you just look at the song titles, and you're like, yeah, I've heard that on the radio. That's a hit. I know this song. I know this song.
Every song's a hit.
There's 7 songs on that record that are genuine hits.
Good Times Roll, My Best Friend's Girl, Just What I Needed, I'm in Touch with Your World, Don't Just Stop, You're All I've Got Tonight, Bye Bye Love, Moving in Stereo.
I'm going to listen to that right now.
After the Ruddles.
I'm literally going to listen to that right now. You just got me excited.
That's like Boston, the first Boston album, or Led Zeppelin 4. Every song was a radio hit. Every fucking song.
It's literally
no, she just got me a little excited right now.
And like you said, for a debut to have that many songs on the debut record that were bona fide singles and hits, it's that's incredible.
Oh, it's a great album.
It's funny because I feel like some people don't realize that, if you're just a kind of a casual fan, you don't realize that there are two singers, because I feel like sometimes Rick Ocasek and Benjamin Orr kind of sound very similar. But yeah, I mean, there's two singers, so it's a valid choice.
That's a great choice. I didn't even think of them at all.
I thought of that one, but I wouldn't have used it, especially in my 3 for sure.
I was hoping nobody used it because I was really excited for that one. So
great pick and phenomenal record.
I'm excited now.
All right, so now I've got probably 8 or 9 left. So now I have to choose which 3 I want. All right, well I have to go with my number 2 pick because nobody picked it, and I'm glad they didn't. Kansas, Steve Walsh, Steinhardt originally, now Ronnie Platt and Billy Greer. Robbie and Steve pretty much shared the vocals half and half for the most part, or maybe 60-40.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah, so that's I have to go with them. Leftover Chore, Dust in the Wind. Song for America. I mean, all those great early albums, great stuff. So that's one pick. Who else do I want to go with here? How about Grand Funk Railroad, Mark Farner and Don Brewer. Great right there. Yeah, originally first couple albums it was all Mark Farner, and then all of a sudden they started letting Don sing. Before you know it, he's singing on their biggest hit ever, We're an American Band, and two of them sharing vocals on every album. So that was another really good pairing there. And let's see, how about Peter Cetera, Terry Kath, and Robert Lamb from Chicago.
Didn't expect you to say that one, but that's a great one.
Yeah. So
nice.
Yeah, I have more, but we'll get back around to me and I'll give you my all right, Ryan, what you got? Any honorable mentions?
Come back to me.
Okay. Len, you got any honorable mentions?
No, I was honestly in the Adirondacks and I was fishing and kayaking and mountaineering.
She was car tripping, all right?
Yeah, she was car tripping.
She got back in one fucking piece. She was car tripping, for Christ's sake.
In the whole, you know, I was off in a different place.
Guys,
I
was in the Adirondacks, and you can't think in the Adirondacks.
No, I can't.
You're thinking aloud up there.
You think I was thinking about this? No, I wasn't.
How difficult is the think was just sitting there doing nothing?
It was difficult.
Ah, shut up.
What a fucking dick. Seriously?
Good thing Rich Catino's not here.
My goddamn hockey stuff.
Holy
See
smokes.
if I send you a fucking hockey picture
Wasn't
ever again when I'm in the
stuff. Let's not get carried away.
Oh, it was a Chiefs jersey, motherfucker. That was good enough.
Everyone loves the Charlestown Chiefs.
Exactly. Bastard.
Woo. All right, Lynn and Butcher back. Holy cow.
Stronger than ever.
He really
That's what everyone
missed
wanted.
me. He really missed me, I can tell.
I know Butch has honorable mentions, right? Butch probably got a few of them.
I do have a few. A couple of them have been mentioned, but a couple have not. But again, that's when you only have 3, it's hard.
Yeah.
But I had Styx on there. I knew Kiss was going to be mentioned. I had BOC because Buck Dharma, I love him. But I'll give you 3 that have not been mentioned. Night Ranger, Jack Blaze, and Kelly Kagi.
Oh,
yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
I was waiting for that.
Here's one that I think is huge to me. The great Rick the Rocket, Rick Emmett, and Gilmore and Triumph.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
Another trio.
Yep.
How did I forget that? Oh.
And the Canadian.
Exactly. We got the Canadian hockey thing going there.
Yep.
And here's a big one. Although they got their biggest success after this guy left. They were just about there. They probably would have got there anyway, honestly. But they exploded when the second singer left. Journey.
Nice.
Steve Perry and Greg Raleigh.
Yep.
And my favorite Journey album is Always Departure. And that is a great album with both of them going back and forth, singing separate songs, singing together. Great record. But yeah, that's another one.
Good.
And I'll leave it at that. Just those.
ZZ Top. Dusty Hill and Billy Gibbons.
Now, I'll be honest and rat myself out. As much as I love Billy Gibbons, I did not think of that one. I don't have that written down, so that
was on my list.
I just thought of it now. Just thought of it now.
That might have made my 3 if I wasn't an idiot and thought of it earlier. I might have moved King Zex out for
It's
Billy
hard
Gibbons.
to think of all of them, man. It really is. Yeah.
They're always at the end of the alphabet. You always forget them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, if I had heard a song in the last couple of days, it would have moved up. Yeah, that's a great one. Great one.
Chris, I know you got a couple left over. What do you got?
I got a bunch left over. Alice in Chains.
Oh, I was going to mention that. Yeah, great one.
Mastodon.
Yeah.
Linkin Park.
Meh.
Not that I'm a fan, but they have those 2 guys. The skinny guy and the other guy.
You know, the guy and the other guy.
Right. 3 Inches of Blood.
Oh, I forgot about them. Yeah.
Nightwish, Lacuna Coil, Michael Schenkerfest.
Cream.
I put down Nile. Because didn't they had multiple vocalists at once?
Yeah.
Nile had
Carl and George, they both sang. Yeah, Carl.
And the one that I thought of like 10 minutes ago, Black Sabbath. Bill Ward sings on 2 tracks. I mean, it counts. He does lead vocals on 2 shitty songs, but he does it.
The judges have to allow it. That's it.
That's it.
Oh,
man, that's pushing it. That's pushing it, man.
Nice.
You said he does lead vocals on 2 tracks. And you know, if I didn't say it, somebody was going to yell at me or make fun of me for not mentioning Sabbath in the fucking comments. So there.
Now I'm trying to think of the Maiden song that Adrian sang on. That's a pretty fucking good song. But I think it's just one song in like their whole catalog. I gotta look it up.
Oh, hold on. Give me a second. I can hear it in my head.
I know. I can picture the song. He's got a great voice.
Was that like Reach Out?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
That was a B-side, I think, right?
Yeah, it was a B-side. So technically, but
right. So Bill Ward's are on the records.
Right.
That's right.
So justice go for you, and he doesn't get in on a technicality.
I like your Mastodon pick. That I totally didn't see that one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Cool. Sydney, you got any left?
I had thought of the Beach Boys. I mean, that's kind of a classic, classic group. I mean, I, of course, had Fleetwood Mac. I had Deep Purple on there. Nothing really that hasn't been mentioned that it's jumping in my brain, unfortunately.
Sydney, how about that band that we were talking about right before we went on air?
Oh shit, Toto. Oh shit,
Oh,
Toto.
Yep, Luke. Yep.
Why did that? We literally talked about them and it didn't even
It's like
my mind. Wow.
David Pace, Steve Luke at third, Joseph Williams, Bobby Kimball. Yeah, it's they always had like at least three in every.
Yeah. Toto's so great, so freaking good.
Yep. All right, I got a few left. Believe it or not, Bachman Turner Overdrive, Randy Bachman and Fred Turner.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who knew?
damn it.
Here's one that I'm surprised nobody got. Derek St. Holmes and Ted Nugent from Ted.
Oh, that's a good one.
I wasn't even thinking down that road.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And another one, Doobie Brothers, Patrick Simmons, Tom Johnston, Michael McDonald.
All right, I wouldn't have thought of that one.
How about Pink Floyd?
Jeez.
Yeah.
I would have never done that one, but yeah, that's
Wow, yeah, holy cow.
wow.
Major miss. That's a major miss.
That's a major one.
The Stones too, right? Because Keith sang a good amount.
Yeah, he sang on quite a few songs.
Yeah.
Someone will mention it in the comments store.
Yeah. And then I got two prog ones I want to throw out there. So Gentle Giant, Derek Shulman, Kerry Minier, Phil Shulman when he was in the band early on. And then a newer one, Transatlantic, Neil Morse and Roy Nestalt and Pete Trewavas occasionally and Mike Portnoy occasionally. So Mike, if you're watching, I had to throw that out there. So that's all I got. That's all I got.
I got to tell you, Ryan just ruined my night.
Nice.
Top.
Yeah.
Top one.
I'm really mad at myself. That's a major one.
I only thought of it right now. It just popped like, oh shit, yeah, of course.
Yep.
Top.
It's okay, Butch. I made the Styx mistake, so we're in this together.
Yeah, Jay. Never forget Jay.
I know. I just like me when my brain goes to Styx, I'm automatically like Dennis DeYoung and Tommy Shaw, and then I always I don't purposefully mean to forget him, but sometimes it's just those two players come to my head first.
And you know what? I can understand that. I get it because it's just the opposite for me with JY. Like I always gravitate towards the JY stuff because it's the heaviest stuff on the record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I always love JY. And JY has that.
And what's interesting is
cool factor to them.
Early in their career on the Wooden Nickel days when they were on that label before Tommy joined, JY sang like half the songs on every album.
Right.
Like I think most people forget that because it's like he's been in like maybe one or two songs per album ever since then. But back in the day, he was co-lead vocalist along with Dennis. Pretty interesting. You know,
very cool voice too.
Yeah.
I just thought of a prog band, probably the weirdest prog band in my collection. The French band Magma. I know.
Liquid Magma.
No, I couldn't even name all but on their albums, they definitely had multiple vocalists on like every track.
Oh yeah, all singing that nutty made-up language called Kobayan. Oh my god!
That's what I say. Who the fuck knows what they're talking about? But I like some of those mid-70s albums a lot. But it's
you know what? I like a lot of bands and a lot of prog bands. I just cannot get them.
It took years.
As soon as they start singing, I'm like, shut up! You're ruining everything because the music is great.
You know what? I just thought of one too. I wouldn't have used this, but now that you guys are talking about it, here's one that's going to make you upset, Pete, that you didn't think of it. Yes.
You know what? I thought about it, but Squire never sang lead vocals, so I didn't. That's why I didn't pick Purple.
Trevor Raymond.
Oh, Trevor Raymond. Well, that definitely, yes. All right, Trevor Raymond. Yeah.
The later stuff. I think yes. I don't think of that era either. I always think of the early stuff.
Yeah, because Trevor sang, a few songs on those couple albums that he did. Yeah. Because Squire, I thought about it, yes, initially, because Squire is kind of like the Michael Anthony thing. He's always there. He sings background vocals on every single song, but he doesn't do any leads.
Right.
It's like yeah.
I thought of one more. And I had to actually look at that to verify. One more, the last one.
Well, you might as well throw them out because this is like the shortest Hudson Valley Squares show ever. So
I was thinking the same thing. This is short.
Another weird 70s band, Hawkwind. Hawkwind had David Roth and Nick Turner.
Yeah.
He traded back and forth.
Yep. And Lemmy sang some stuff too when he was in the band.
He did.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
That's a good choice.
That's all I got.
Cool.
Nice.
All right.
Can you use Motorhead? Because Fast Eddie sang a song.
Sure. That's okay.
I guess under the Sabbath and Maiden rules, Motorhead gets in there. One song.
We'll allow it.
Even if it's the B-side,
what about the Clash? That's another one.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
They just keep coming.
That's a legitimate one, yeah.
Yep.
Clash is a valid one, yep.
Yep. There's probably a ton more, which we're gonna see in the comments. I can't believe you guys forgot this band.
We're gonna get killed. Yeah.
All right, so I guess we got a short show for everybody here today. So hopefully this was fun though. It was just a jam-packed 40 minutes, I think. So I don't have a center square, so I'm going to pick on someone for a final word of this evening. So Lynn, seeing as you just got back from, in fact, I'm going to pick on both Lynn and Sydney tonight.
Oh, God.
Tell us one highlight from your vacation.
Kayaking in Saranac Lake probably would be it. You know, okay. I thought that was pretty cool. Seeing some waterfalls.
Awesome. Sydney?
I actually went to this really cool record store. I went to North Carolina and I was driving by, and every time I see a vinyl store, you know, gotta hop in there, and I actually got a copy of Fair Warning in like perfect condition, like not a scratch on it, an original pressing. So that was my highlight.
Cool.
And going to the beach. But
gotta go to the beach. I haven't seen a beach in a million years. So
same here.
So sorry.
And not to leave a gentleman out, Chris, what was your highlight of the last week?
I had Frank Pepe's pizza yesterday. That was pretty good.
I've never had it. I've heard great things.
Which place did you go to?
The one in Danbury.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I got the fresh tomato pie, which is only in season from July to September. So that was good.
One right off 84.
Make some good stuff, man.
Yes, right off 84. Yeah, that was the highlight of my weekend.
All right.
I watched Black Widow, but I was kind of drunk, so I kind of slept through some of it. So I need to watch it again.
When you watch it again, you'll catch all the shit you missed. They'll be like watching it for the first time. Yeah.
Well, now I think it's pretty good. When I watch it sober, maybe I'll hate it.
It's a risk.
Ryan, how about you?
Well, I didn't go on vacation, but I went to Ohio for work. I don't recommend it. And
Ohio or work?
No.
I'd rather not work, but
some people watching are from Ohio, and I apologize, but it's not my favorite place in the world. So if any people from Ohio are offended, yeah, that's all I did. I just went to fucking Ohio, and now I'm back.
Cool.
Not really a highlight, but that's what I did.
How about you, Butch?
Well, besides my butcher shop merch, so drinking game.
You finished the bottle. I see. I saw an empty bottle of it.
Oh yeah, I killed this, and I don't like it, so I'm not even going to really show you the label because I don't like this one, but I drink it. So drinking game ready. Over 4th of July weekend, John Sykes dropped another song.
I knew that was coming,
and it crushes because it's John Sykes. And listen,
that was
all you guys that think this is funny still with this whole milk carton shit.
It's pretty.
It's over. God damn it.
Keep it coming.
It's over.
Not over.
It won't be over because we won't hear another song from him for like 8 months.
I was going to say 18 more years will that album will finally come out.
2035
at Christmas.
Really
not over.
But it is great. I'd heard the song a couple of years ago, but I'm glad that it's out so people can hear it. And I don't know. People still message me all the time about it. I don't know anything else that is other than it's done, and he doesn't like the music business now and doesn't like the streaming thing and can't figure out which way to go and how to do it and blah, blah, blah. He doesn't think anyone cares. Sykesy, we all care.
Do we?
Yes.
Do we?
You do. Go watch the Ruddles.
I'm gonna go listen to the Cars. Fuck that.
I'm gonna go listen to the Cars. Fuck it.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody else out there understands that I'm saying the Ruddles and remembers that Ruddles movie with Eric Idle. So,
I think the Rubbles.
So anyone that has no idea what I'm talking about with the Ruddles, if you're a Monty Python fan, look up the Ruddles.
Look up Barney Rubble.
Classic.
And Monty Python.
Yes.
As for me, I got nothing, man.
It's tough.
I
It's tough when you got the olds, pal. It's tough.
I do have that. Yes, I do have the olds. I don't know. I talk on this channel every day. Everybody knows what I'm doing.
Every day. It's like 4 times a day.
Well, maybe that too. Yeah, some days. Yeah, some days. But
You need to get the fuck out of that room and go do something.
yeah, one of these days.
Go
Yeah, it
kayaking
needs to
in
be like
Saranac
on
where you don't
hiatus.
think?
Yeah, I'd love to go kayaking up in the Adirondacks. What are you kidding me?
As you should. It's fucking amazing.
I know. Yeah, the wife and I have been talking about
Kayaking
going
around here.
or something, but we'll see.
It's amazing.
We'll see. So I've been watching a lot of movies. That's because I don't leave the house. So it's like, watching a lot of crazy horror movies. And well, we're going to talk about it on the Monsters Den
On Thursday.
a couple of weeks. I've been spending a lot of time at Camp Blood.
Nice.
Way more time than I think I wanted to, but a lot lot of time.
Been watching The Night Stalker too, which is great. Darren McGavin.
Yes, indeed. That was
That's a
great.
classic.
I haven't revisited Darren McGavin in a long time. That was a lot of fun.
Good stuff.
Yep, absolutely. So, all right, there you have it, everybody. So thanks for watching. Coming up, we got more stuff coming up next couple of weeks. So we got some cool stuff planned for everybody. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. Of course, we're here on YouTube.
All the damn
time. Sydney, what's coming up over on your neck of the woods? Metal from the Inside.
Yeah, so cool stuff. I've had some cool stuff coming out. Actually, I'm going to go to Brave Words for a second. I just put out this really cool 40th retrospective on High and Dry, Def Leppard. So I kind of went back and revisited the whole record and wrote a story for Brave Words on that. So it just turned 40 on July 11th, which is technically yesterday. Depends on when you're watching this, though. So go check that out. I know Pete has some similar news, but this Friday, my interview with Dee Snider is going to be on the Metal from the Inside podcast. So that's exciting. Friday, July 16th. After that, I've got a conversation coming up with Don Jameson that I recorded a couple weeks back, and some more stuff getting scheduled every minute. So cool. Lots coming up. And again, social media, Metal from the Inside, pretty much on every platform, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and you can find us online at www.metalfromtheinside.com. So that's where you can find all of that stuff.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, speaking of Dee Snider, he will be here on Sea of Tranquility later on tonight, so stay tuned for that.
Nice.
Fun time catching up with Dee, and he's got a brand new solo album coming out at the end of the month, so we'll be talking about that. So stay tuned here on the channel. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. Click on that notification bell. Go check out the link to the merch page below where you can get all these cool shirts and a lot more, and head on over to the butcher shop to get a shirt or all sorts of other builds. Got all sorts of stuff over there.
A beach towel.
And all beach towels and underwear and masks and
but are there underoos?
holders,
Because underoos are like fun to wear.
No,
Underoos, they're underwear that are fun to wear.
that's what they say.
there you go. So thanks for watching, everybody. See you all next week. We're here all the damn time. So for Ryan Scal, Lynn Versace, Chris Sala, Butch Jones, and Sydney Taylor, I'm Pete Pardo. Good night, everybody.
Peace.